What's up, what's up? Just Defeated Jip here in the house. Okay, so I want to talk about what's really going on with the police department and a lot of things, and I'm going to be really specific. Basically, what's going on is there's this mental illness. I call it mental illness. Basically, what it is just like I've said in my other videos, is these images in your head that are being, for some strange illogical reason, are being attached to the stimulations from hormones, from the flow of hormones. What the police are doing right now is they are just basically reacting off of a situation that, especially if there's no need to do anything, a situation that has no equation to it. So basically, I'll say, like, for instance, I was just watching these videos where it was this brother and he was being held down, beaten by two black cops. And this one cop is just hitting this guy, running his shin, and just hitting him. Now, there's no reason for it. So, the normal person would say, that's abuse. But then when you look at it and you see how the guy stops, take a breath, then starts doing it again and doing it again, then you get to thinking, oh, wait a minute, something else is wrong. This guy isn't there. His mind is not working the way it should be, because there's no reason for him to hit this guy on the ground when there's another cop on top of him, and the only thing that's moving, the only things that are moving is his are his legs. And so you have to think about it. What is this cop thinking? Now, we can go from one thing where, okay, maybe the government know that these cops have this mental problem where the adrenaline, whatever, starts to flow, and it numbs your body, but it also numbs your thinking capacity to stop what you're doing. And maybe they do know that. And so let's say, for instance, if they do know that, then what they're doing is they're purposely unleashing these people in a form, these monsters in the form of people. In other words, what I mean by monsters is not that the person is a monster, but the actions that this person is doing and can't stop is a monster, makes him or her a monster. And when you're looking at this stuff, to me, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, you know, hey, this guy isn't there. What is he trying to do? Break this guy's leg for what reason? Okay, we've all are raised in these different countries where we say it's this white racism and all that stuff. But it's not necessarily white racism. What it is, it's just a privilege. But this privilege is even more simple than that. It's not a privilege. It's just a condition to make you feel good, or just to release your stimulation so you can get a certain reaction or feeling. You know, just the stimulation for the feeling. Releasing of the stimulation so you can get a chance to enjoy this feeling. And this feeling usually is going to be triggered by some kind of stress. A stress is not mental or anything like that. All the stress is just pressure. Okay, so when you are, pressure comes from, more than likely, and the only thing that causes pressure is going to be the buildup of something inside of you. More than likely, it's going to be the contraction of your muscles that's going to be compressing up against something else. And whatever it's compressing up against, if it's weaker than a muscle, it's going to move, and it's moved due to the stress or the pressure that's there. So when that black cop was beating on that brother, then what he's doing is for some reason, he's taking that feeling as a sign of confirmation. And when your adrenaline flows, I'm always talking about endorphins. I'm sure there's other parts, other hormones, but I know for sure that when your endorphins flow, it's a drug like morphine, and it makes you feel good. And when you're doing it, you want that more, you want more, you want more. So basically what you're doing is you're getting high off of your own drugs. And he hit him one time and stopped. Well, what's going to happen is when he hit this guy, because listen, you got to understand about what they always saying, you can't prove premeditation. That's BS. You can prove premeditation because there's nothing that you can consciously do that you cannot, or that you do not need to think about it first. There's nothing. You have to think about it. And you might not think of it. I mean, and the more you practice, then the faster you'll be able to think about it, and you're almost like doing it without even thinking, But you're not, it's not like you're doing it without even thinking. You're doing it. It's just that you're not realizing how fast you're thinking, because they don't know how fast a person can think and how fast a person can react, okay, based on their own conscious thinking. Now, we can have a pretty much, what is it called? We do have a reference of how fast our thinking is, especially when an object is coming towards you and all of a sudden you just block it out of the way without thinking. But it's not the whole thing that you're not thinking. You are thinking. Okay, you are thinking. Now, if I'm not, okay, now some people might say, no, it's an automatic reaction, or it's an automatic that, okay, fine. You know, I'm not even going to argue with it. So then that means we got some other program in us, which probably is going to just be the consciousness of the body itself without us having to do anything to defend itself, which is a natural law of nature. And if that's true, then when that cop was beating on that kid, or that guy, or whomever it was, you know, then basically what was going on there was not the kid doing anything, but it was that person's natural body response to, wow, I'm turning on the wrong street. Wow, I can't believe it. It was that person's, oh no, it's right street. It was that person's natural defensive mechanism of the body to move. Because when you get hit, your body's going to say, that's a lot, too much pressure, back off, reduce the pressure. And you get hit again, it's going to continue to say, reduce the pressure, reduce the pressure, reduce the pressure. And what this cop is not realizing is when that cop was hitting that person, and any of these cops, when they're hitting you, you're feeling pain. But they're not feeling pain. They're feeling comfort. They're feeling enjoyment. They are feeling happiness. And that's what people are not understanding when a cop hits you, or when you hit your son, or your daughter, or your wife, or your teacher hits you, or the president slap you, or your king hits you, or somebody you love hits you. When anyone violently hits you, in any act of harm is violence, because there is absolutely no reason for anyone to get hit except if they are in a state of where their hormones are, well, actually no, there's no reason to get hit. Because if you're a parent, you're supposed to teach your kids how to act, okay? And these kids, and every parent's supposed to teach their kid how to act. And if the parents are not doing it, then people on the streets, there is a right way to live your life. And if your parents aren't telling you, or you're not doing it, then you're going to have to figure it out and do it yourself. There is no reason to get hit, and there is no reason for other people to hit you, other than for the fact that they thought of an image, and that image that they thought of, they animated with their thoughts, and then they animate it by releasing, no, you don't animate with your thoughts, but you animate it by releasing your, letting your adrenaline flow, and then your hormones and other hormones start getting into it, and it makes you feel good. What hormone in your body that you have that flows, that makes you feel bad? what hormones. There is not one hormone in your body that flows that make you feel bad. When you hit somebody, there is one feeling that do make you feel bad, and I'm not sure if it's it could be the same endorphins, whatever. But what makes you feel bad is the fact that, not that the feeling makes you feel bad, because you still got that good feeling, but makes it feel bad is the fact that the image that you create is an image that will cause you to make yourself cry, or to make you put yourself in this state of what we call sadness. Okay, or maybe it's pain, and that pain that you are causing somewhere in your body is not being treated by some type of hormones that'll make you release that pain. But whatever it is, all I know is that in your body, majority of the hormones that you have makes you feel good. So when you punch somebody, when a cop punches somebody, they don't feel bad, they feel good. When they feel good, that hormone makes them feel good, and they want to do it again, and they punch again and again and again. And what this person is doing actually is not, they're not hitting you to discipline you. They're hitting you to get high. Okay, and you can prove this yourself. The next time you and your friends can get together, get some boxing gloves, and you guys can get into these positions. You can put somebody in a headlock and you punch him. And both of you are going to laugh at the same time. You punch and punch. But while you're doing that, you realize how your feelings are. Because, you know, they always say when you get in trouble, black people laugh, you know, you're not taking it serious. No, laughter, what laughter does is it makes your body move, vibrates your body. Vibrating bodies causes stress upon the glands, and that will make it will make your glands release those hormones, and then it'll make you feel better, because laughter makes you feel better. And why does laughter make you feel better? Because of the feelings that you get when your hormones are released. So what you need to do, and I'm going to make a whole bunch of these, but what's going on is the government should know this. I know these psychiatrists and all these people, you know, they know this stuff, and they've done tests, and they know. Okay, first of all, there is no reason for anybody's neighborhood to be policed, because people should already know not to do bad things. Okay, a lot of people are talking about jobs and stuff. Well, you know, you need jobs and stuff. What is money? Money, you don't really need money to do anything, because most people do a lot of things just because they have fun. All they want to do is just be able to enjoy life and be able to have a lot of other things that they can't build themselves. And they want you know, to do some trade and whatever it is. So money came along as blah 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 as it is today. But listen, whenever a cop is hitting you, whenever you're getting any confrontations with a cop, the best thing you do is listen to them. Because once they create an image, you'll say something, and all they're doing is they're just waiting for an excuse to release their adrenaline and to release their endorphins, so they can get that feeling. And then once you say something and it gives them that excuse, then they're going to keep punching and keep punching and keep punching. And then when they're all calm and everything, they're going to see what they did, and they're going to like, oh my God. But what's going to happen is they got these police unions, because it's kind of stupid, right? You got a police department who can't fire their own employee because of a police union. Now, what is this supposed to be about? So what is this supposed to be all about? So the whole thing is the police station, you got the unions, you got this, you got that. You guys got to look at the whole system. You guys have to look at the whole system, because it's not that the police department can't fire them, but if they got a union, then you're going to have to go up against the union. The best way is to go up against the union